Evening hours at Kim FM. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon to the dear listeners of Ikim FM. You are tuning to Above and Beyond. I'm your host Batrisha Afrina. And inshallah, in this episode, we are going to explore more on things that we could focus on to improve ourselves. And in the past few episodes, we have listened to sharing from multiple excellent students in various aspects. So for today, the aspect that we are going to explore is attitude, with the basis being the concept of being nice to other people. So why does it matter? Aren't we being nice enough to other people? Well, the act of kindness is more than behavior. It's more than how you behave and react to other people. To fully, I would say, to truly practice the act of kindness, it requires one to fully embody the spirit of helpfulness, being generous and considerate. And these involve emotional intelligence, EQ. So now you might ask, what is EQ and what makes it different from IQ? Well, EQ refers to your emotional abilities and social skills, including cognitive empathy, emotional regulation, and motivation. In contrast, intelligence quotient IQ refers to your cognitive and intellectual skills like working memory, analytical thinking, and knowledge retention. So now there are several signs of high emotional intelligence, and it varies depending on the sources you consult. Many sources discuss the importance of self-awareness, empathy, and effective communication tailored to the situation and people. So what does this have to do with today's topic? Well, our topic for today is an attitude for gratitude, and we would like to explore what gratitude is and how it can bring change to our lives. So to discuss about this, I have Nur Farisha Amira here in the studio today. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Miss Patricia. Thank you for having me here today.
It is such a pleasure to have you here, Farisha, in the studio today. Alhamdulillah. Farisha, before we start with today's conversation, could you perhaps introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Farisha Amirah binti Muhammad Zaini. I prefer to be called as Farisha. I'll be turning 21 on the 6th June, and I live in Cheras, Kuala Lumpur. But now, since I'm studying in Shah Alam, I'm living in Shah Alam, and I am also a second year student of law degree, and I have another 2 years before I finish my degrees.
So yes. So Farisha, let's go into the conversation. Gratitude is this strong feeling of appreciation. This appreciation can be for someone or something for what they have done to help you. And I still remember the first time I asked you about the things you would like to share, and you choose this topic. So as a starting point for today's conversation, what is your personal understanding of gratitude?
Well, actually, my personal understanding about gratitude is that it is a very powerful positive emotions that not only enhance our mental well-being, our spiritually, but also our physical well-being, and it can help us to feel more peace at life. Well, practicing gratitude in life also is as you are being grateful and thankful for the things that you have in life. And gratitude is like you are returning them back to persons, to someone, to something, and even to your own self. And the act of gratitude also is not just merely an emotions, but it is also an acknowledgement to something, to your life, to being deeply in emotions. You be grateful, you be thankful for the things that you have achieved, things that you have done, things that people have done to you. And also, when we experience gratitude, we are actually focusing on what we are having rather than feeling what we are lacking in life. And that is what I think makes life be more peaceful and make us be happier. And just to add some more, gratitude also helps us to express kindness, warmth, and affections toward others, even to our own self. So, I think that is what I understand about gratitude to life.
So it's more than just the feeling of being grateful, but there is also an element of repaying back for what the kindness you have received from others. So, going to the next question, developing an attitude of gratitude requires changing a point of view to appreciate what one has done than focusing on what one lacks. That is what you mentioned just now.
Yeah.
And this shift is easier said than done actually, because to appreciate you have to be grateful, and to be grateful you have to be accepting. So if you have a want or expectation, you need to let go of that when things don't fulfill your expectations. So going back to you, Farisha, take us through how the attitude of gratitude has significantly impacted your life.
Well, there are actually quite a lot of times where I feel like gratitude has impacted in my life. Some of it is me as an eldest daughter. Before practicing gratitude, I always feel like being an eldest daughter is one of the burden in life. I always feel like there's too much responsibilities, I have too much to take care of, and so on and so forth. But after practicing gratitude, I realized that I have not appreciated the fact that by being an eldest daughter, it helps me to be more independent in life. Not just physically, but also by being emotionally stable. And being gratitude in being an eldest daughter, it helps me to feel like being an eldest daughter is actually one of the benefit to me that makes me feel like being an eldest daughter is actually something that people might not experience, but I have experience in it. And it helps me to fulfill the feelings of gratitude better than anyone else. So that is one of the experience that I have. Well, if I may share, also I also experienced the act of gratitude in life, and it has impacted in my life positively when I'm thinking back about my past friendship. Well, in my high school, I met few persons that I call best friends, and I feel like they are the person that I can trust, that they are the people that I can go for when I have problems, when I'm sad. But when I realize that these people are not the people that I thought who they were, it makes me feel like it felt hurtful and traumatizing.
Is being betrayed.
Yeah, it feels betrayed, and it is something that I don't think I would even wish upon my greatest enemy. And when I met my new friends, when I met few people in my life now, I feel like I am more at peace. I feel more happier. I feel like they are the one that I prayed for. They makes me feel like I'm at home, and most importantly, the friendship that I have now does not feel like I'm in a competition. It feels like they are home. And I think this contrast helped me to genuinely appreciate what I have now, rather than comparing what I have before, and rather than comparing my life with other people. And these hardships also have enhanced my ability to understand myself better, and also to appreciate those people that came into my life now. And yeah, I think this is one of the most impactful act of gratitude in my life, that I started to appreciate more people and not just take them for granted now.
Do you feel that your experience being betrayed by your friends teach you something about life?
Well, yes. One of it is that I don't think that it is easy for us to trust people.
Exactly.
But when we are being betrayed, especially by those people that we trust, it helps us to be more appreciative of what we have now.
Yes.
And the fact that it's not easy to get what we have is something to look for.
Mm. You know what? It is something that I can relate to because even me myself, I'm an eldest daughter. But I'm sure
Mm,
in many people out there, the eldest daughter
mm,
out there, they will put expectation to be strong because
yeah, true.
they are the example to the younger siblings. So you have to put on yourself first
True.
before other people because that is when you can embrace yourself in facing the problem or challenges yet might come in the life. And talking about life, as human beings, we socialize a lot. And during my study year in social science, I often quoted one phrase: "No man is an island, no man lives alone," and it means that no one is self-sufficient. We rely on others, and to rely on others, we need to communicate. And in our daily life, communication allows us to share our needs and experiences, so helping us connect with others. And this is why being nice to other people is very important.
True.
And but however, it's very sad to see how easy it is to find egocentric people. So Farisha, in your own observation, what drives this climate of selfishness, especially in today's society?
Well, I think the reason why those people are being very selfish is maybe because of the act of jealousy. I
Hmm.
think they always feel like whatever they did was never enough.
Yeah.
So the fact that they feel like that, they will drive others to feel that way too.
Hmm.
So I think it is important for us to not be so selfish and think about others in our life,
Hmm.
not just by being kind. We have to also take others into consideration when making things, when making decisions, and also when expressing anything.
And this is why people always say that people jealous on things that they don't have.
True.
So that's why the act of being gratitude and also grateful is very important in your life because eventually it will help you to from feeling this all these negative emotion or toxic in our life. So let's go back to the appreciation in our conversation. In your own opinion, what are some of the reasons why people struggle with showing appreciation to others?
Well, in my opinion, I think the reason why people have struggles in showing their appreciation to others is because they have these obstacles. One of it is fear of vulnerability. I think as a person that is very secretive, I don't really share my feelings with others. I don't really open up to people, not even to friends, not even to families. But I feel like it is a burden to keep all those feelings to myself. And I think this is the reason why people like me are having some struggles in showing appreciation to others. And I think that the fear of vulnerability will make those people that have this kind of struggles to feel like when they open up, it will make they feel like they are weak or
Mm.
even exposed to others. So I think this is one of the reason why people have struggled to show appreciation to others.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are few ways that I think we can overcome these obstacles. One of it is by acknowledging that these fears is real. We have to know that this fears is one of valid emotions,
Mm.
so that we can fix it, we can make it better, and we can continue our life. So that we can appreciate others better, we can appreciate others well. And I think other ways is that we should try practicing small gesture of gratitude.
Yes.
For example, saying thank you and also complimenting others is one of the easiest way
Is it?
on how we can show appreciation to others,
Mm.
especially after they has helped us towards something. You know, after being helped, we need to show appreciation to
Yeah,
others.
at the very least, even smile can
Yeah.
also be a gesture of gratitude
Yeah,
because it
true.
shows that you appreciate that that person helped you. So even at the very least, smile and also say thank you for
True.
what the person have done for you.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And in a way, I think one thing that I can conclude from your sharing is that appreciation actually can be of sort of like tools for motivation and
Mm-mm.
also to empower someone because it shows that because you know that feeling of when you get to help people, it gives that feeling good because you get to help the people. So when you show a response of grateful of appreciation towards that other people, it will make that people feel great about themselves and yeah, I like this kind of feeling, and it will encourage that people to help more people out there. So in a way, it's like a domino effect. It will give a better and also more positive impact to the society. And talking about that just now, we also talk about the fear of vulnerability, which is the
Mm-mm.
fear to open up because
Yeah.
especially nowadays people scared that they may be looked upon as weak.
Mm-mm.
However, actually everyone of us, we have our own weakness, but at the very
True.
least try not to be scared of sharing your weakness to other people, at the very least the people that you trust, so that you can know or ask for help to improve it. And in a way, just as mentioned before, that we need to rely on other people. So, dear listeners, feel free to share your thoughts and comments on today's conversation on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ikimfm, or on our YouTube page, youtube.com/ikimfm_my. So, we will go for a short break, and once we come back later, we will listen more from Farisha on today's conversation and attitude for gratitude. So, don't change the radio station. Stay tuned to IKIM FM, inspirasi utama anda. Assalamualaikum. Welcome back. We are still with Farisha today in today's conversation and attitude for gratitude. So Farisha, before we went for a break just now, we talked about how an attitude of gratitude significantly impacted your life. So taking that point, we know that practicing incorporating gratitude into daily routines can make significant changes in our lives. So from your own experience, can you suggest some practices that you use to foster gratitude?
Well, personally, myself, I would always express my gratitude towards words, or even by saying thank you, by complimenting others when they help me. And also, there are also times where I don't know how to express my appreciation to them. So I would, give them something. I would cook for them or maybe give them presents. So I think that is one of the ways on how we can appreciate others through gratitude, not necessarily by saying thank you, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I think that is my way of showing gratitude.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that giving present because if you give present to people, people will remember that. Because when you give someone's present, right, it has value. So to know that someone would spend some money on you to buy some stuff to show appreciation to you, it really gives that that people feel like that kind of happiness because to know that oh at least someone appreciate my efforts or actually my affection towards them. So talking about that, let's explore a bit about negative emotions. Emotions that can become negative are emotions like hate, anger, jealousy, and sadness. Yet, in the right context, these feelings are completely natural. However, negative emotions can dampen our enthusiasm for life, and this depends on how long we let them affect us and the way we choose to express them. So, from your own perspective, how can someone navigate their negative emotions in order to find genuine ways to show appreciation to others?
So, first of all, there is a very crucial need to understand that as a human, it is normal for us to feel that way. It is normal for us to not only feel happy, but we can also feel sad, anger, jealousy, anxious, and other emotions as well. And I think it is normal and it is okay not to be okay sometimes.
Yes.
But what matters is how we manage these emotions, these feelings into our life. So I think one of the way that we can manage our emotions better is by acknowledging the feelings, the emotions. Most people would always tend to push the feelings away and act like it does not matter when you feel that way. It only matters when you feel happy and so on and so forth. But that is not true at all. When we acknowledge our feelings, we can help ourselves to understand us better. And when we do it, when we act that way, it is easier for us to manage these negative emotions well. And and to manage these emotions without judgment. And also I think that it is normal to feel this way sometimes. And not just that, we should always when we feel negative emotions, we should know what triggers that. We should know what makes us feel that way and try to maybe avoid doing that sometimes, or fix the way we manage our negative emotions. And I think for us to help show appreciation to others well is by putting ourselves in the other person's shoes. When we put ourselves in their shoes, maybe we would want to be appreciated. We would want people to say thank you. We want people to compliment us for the works that we have done. So I think that is the most easiest way on how you can manage your emotions better, manage your negative emotions, and it will help you to appreciate others well. And yeah, I think that's about it.
And trying to, just now you mentioned about trying to put ourselves on other people's shoes. Yeah, it is easy said than done because it requires you to be understanding, and to be understanding, you need to have a high level of emotional intelligence. Because what we can see nowadays is that of people trying find it hard to understand why people certain people act in a certain way, as we know that our lives are different from one another, and the way we live our life depends on the background of how we are being raised by our people, the experience or the trauma that we went through. So for us, we might think that, oh, these people are not being considerate, or doesn't have common sense. But we just don't know what these parents had been through in the past. So maybe it somehow affect the way how a person react. And again, talking about emotional intelligence is that not only you acknowledging about your own personal emotions, but also being able to give it the reasons of why people react or behave in a certain way. And also you talk about just now ways to one of the ways to manage our feelings is also acknowledging our feeling. So when talking about this, it has to be that sense of need to get rid that sense of ego, because of course we will think, I think it's quite natural for us to think that, oh, we always do everything right in life, we did not do anything wrong. But perhaps we do have perhaps we did something wrong in life, and when people pointing that out, it is the first thing that we can do is to acknowledge that, and then understand your emotion on how you react to that. So now let's go to the next question. Can you share with us how does gratitude influence your perspective on life, and how this can improve or at least alter your personality or outlook?
Well, I found this quote online which says that until you learn to be grateful for the things you have, you will not receive the things that you want. So I think that this quote relates very closely to our topic of gratitude today. And this quote is actually talking about us being grateful and thankful for the things that we have in life. And by practicing gratitude in my life, I think it shifts my focus from seeing what I was having rather than seeing what I was lacking in life. It helps me to understand my life better. It helps me to appreciate what I have now in my life. And before practicing gratitude, I think I would always compare myself with other people's life. I would always think of what ifs, and why am I what if my life is like them? Why is my life not like them? And I think that is very wrong for me to compare my life with others, because I have to be grateful for what I have now. This is my life. This is the thing that I have worked for, and I have to be very grateful for it. And I think that gratitude, by practicing gratitude more, I can face more hardship in life by being peaceful, and it would always makes me feel happier now. And it also helps me to feel like life is worth living now, and that the fact I feel better in my life now after practicing gratitude. And I think the overall outlook after practicing gratitude is that it makes me feel like I don't have to compare my life with others anymore, and my life is actually more than enough now. So
Yes.
yeah, I think that's about it.
And I like that you don't have to compare your life to other people. And moving next to the next question, we still talk about negativity, about life. In a world that is full of toxic or negativity, how can we promote the culture of being nice to other people, and what impact will it have on society?
So, in this world nowadays, I think one of the ways that we can practice the culture of being nice to others is by promoting the kindness itself. It needs to start from us. So, we have to show kindness to people. Well, it doesn't necessarily you have to help people in a big gestures or anything. Small gestures also counts. You can, say thank you, just like I said just now. practice gratitude. Say thank you, compliment people, help people in doing their life better. Help people, help your mother even, help your friends, and make them feel like they are make them feel like they have someone to count on. So I think by demonstrating this kindness and appreciation, it will cause the impact it will have on society is that it will act as a wave. So when people see that we do kindness, it will drive them to do kindness as well. So I think one of the ways is by promoting the kindness by ourselves first before doing anything else to impact the life of others.
Agree.
Mm-mm.
So, as we are reaching the end of this conversation, what is your final message to society, especially on how acts of kindness can lead to broader positive outcomes in the community?
So my message to the community is that the act of kindness is not a little thing. It is like a seed that will grow into a big emotions, a big feelings of affections and togetherness between the community. And I think in this world that sometimes feels gloomy, being kind or kindness can sometimes shine a light of hope in life, in our life, in other person's life. And I think that kindness is also not necessarily, like I said just now, not necessarily a big gesture. A small gesture also counts by saying thank you, by complimenting others,
Yes.
by helping people that are in need. And I think this act of kindness can make someone's day better, and it will make them feel good about themselves, especially. And not just that, when we practice the act of kindness, it will actually impact other person's life, not just our life. And in this world, I think kindness will bring the people together, and it will make everyone feel at peace, feel happier, and it will make us feel content.
Yes.
And I think my final message is that we have to be kind to people. Doesn't matter who they are, whatever they are doing, because we don't know whatever happens in their life. So the act of kindness can maybe impact very hugely in their life. And I think kindness doesn't only help people with being happy, but also it heals the feelings, it mends relationship, and also makes someone's day, makes someone's life a better place. And I think that is my final message for people on kindness.
Yeah, and I like the message given there. So, listeners, we lose nothing if you being kind to other people. At least show signs of gratitude towards the help being given to us. So, we have to remember that even in Islam, we are encouraged to practice gratitude. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 152. So, remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me, and do not deny me. And this means that Allah encourages believers to remember Him and be grateful, promising to remember and also acknowledging them in return. So, with that being said, I would like to thank Noor Farisha Amira for her sharing on today's topic and attitude for gratitude. And we hope that today's conversation will be beneficial and also helpful to those who are listening to us either through radio or even through our social media, Facebook and YouTube. And again, Farisha, thank you for being with us in the studio. Assalamualaikum.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you, Ms. Patricia, for inviting me here today. It was a very huge opportunity.
It is such a pleasure to have you here in the studio today, Farisha. And dear listeners, if you miss any part of the show or would like to watch it again, you can watch it through our Facebook page, facebook.com/IkimFM, and also through our YouTube page, youtube.com/@IkimFM_MY. So don't forget to tune in to us next week for more interesting conversation. So stay tuned to Ikim FM, Inspirasi Utama